Welcome to Poland, a beautiful country located in the very heart of Europe, where untouched natural beauty, rich history, and deeply rooted traditional culture converge. You think you already know this country well? Think again, because the 15 fascinating facts about to be revealed will leave you wide-eyed in amazement and perhaps even exclaiming, "Unbelievable." Fact 1. Poland, the land of castles. Poland is the ideal destination for anyone passionate about history, ancient architecture, and mysterious medieval tales. This country is home to more than 1,000 ancient castles and fortresses, making it one of the nations with the most castles in Europe. From fortresses hidden deep within forests to grand palaces that once housed the nobility, each castle here holds a part of the past former dynasties, historical battles, and even mysterious legends. The most prominent of all is Malbork Castle, built in the 13th century by the Teutonic Knights. It is not only the largest brick castle in the world, but also a UNESCO World Heritage Site, attracting millions of visitors each year. Today, many castles in Poland have been restored and serve as venues for medieval festivals, where visitors can dress up as knights, engage in sword fighting, try on ancient costumes, and relive the grandeur of a bygone era. If you've ever dreamed of stepping into the pages of a fairy tale, Poland is the place where that dream becomes more vivid than ever before. Fact 2. Poland, the cradle of vodka. When people think of vodka, they often think of Russia. However, according to many historians and ancient documents, vodka actually originated in Poland, with records of alcohol distillation dating back to the 8th to 9th centuries. In Poland, vodka is not just a beverage, it is an essential part of culture and tradition. From weddings and birthdays to major annual holidays, vodka is always present as a symbol of connection and hospitality. One of the most famous brands is Zubrówka, a special vodka infused with aromatic bison grass from the Białystok forest, offering a gentle, unforgettable herbal flavor. Each bottle of Zubrówka even contains a real blade of grass inside, like a natural and unique signature. Polish vodka is not only renowned domestically, but also exported worldwide. International tasting competitions have repeatedly honored Polish vodka for its purity and traditional distillation process. Fact 3. A record in traditional bread, Poland's unique dish, sir. When it comes to Polish cuisine, most people think of pierogi or vodka, but there is one traditional dish that stands out, almost inseparable from every family meal and major celebration, and that is zur. Zur, also known as zurak, is a traditional sour soup made from fermented rye flour, carrying a distinctive, rich flavor that's highly addictive. This soup is typically cooked with white sausage, boiled eggs, potatoes, or dark rye bread, creating a meal that is simple, cozy, yet nutritionally complete. What's interesting is that zur is often served in a large round loaf of bread with the inside hollowed out. The crispy crust combined with the hot soup inside creates a highly enticing culinary experience. You eat the bowl as well as the dish. This dish is so popular that many Poles jokingly say, "No zur, no celebration." And it's true from Easter to freezing winter days. Zur is always a dish that brings warmth, family bonds, and tradition to the table. Fact 4. The ancient city of Krakow, Poland's medieval gem. Lying beside the gentle Vistula River, Krakow is one of the oldest and most charming cities in Poland. It was once the country's ancient capital for many centuries and still retains its old-world charm to this day. The unmissable highlight is Reenactment Main Square, hailed as the largest medieval square in Europe. Spanning nearly 4 hectares, the square is a lively center of activity day and night, where street performers entertain, horse-drawn carriages pass by, and tourists sip coffee amidst a space steeped in history. Krakow also stands out with Wall Castle, located on a hill, which once served as the residence of Polish kings. Nearby is the Kazimierz Jewish Quarter, formerly a bustling cultural center for Jews before the World War, now transformed into a vibrant hub for arts and cuisine. Recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site since 1978, Krakow not only preserves magnificent architectural works, but also embodies the soul of Polish culture, a place where tradition, religion, art, and history are intertwined in perfect harmony. Fact 5. A paradise of lakes, lush green beauty in the heart of Poland. If you're someone who loves peace, unspoiled nature, and relaxing excursions on the water, Poland will truly surprise you. This country is home to more than 9,000 natural lakes scattered across plains and mountainous regions. The most prominent of them all is the Masurian Lakes area, a network of thousands of large and small lakes connected by rivers, canals, and dense forests. Masurian is dubbed the Green Paradise of Europe, where you can kayak through calm inlets, camp among pine forests, cycle along the water's edge, or simply sit and watch the sunset reflected on the lake like a giant mirror. This lake region is not only beautiful, but also incredibly pristine, home to many rare bird species and an ideal stop for those passionate about ecotourism. During summer, it becomes a favorite destination for both locals and international travelers looking to escape the city smog and return to the stillness of nature. With breathtaking landscapes, fresh air, and a slower pace of life, Poland's lakes are the kind of place that makes you want to breathe deeper and live more slowly. Fact 6. A nation with over 10,000 churches, the mark of faith across all of Poland. Poland is one of the countries in Europe with the longest and deepest-rooted Catholic traditions. Religion here is not just a matter of faith, but has become an inseparable part of the people's culture, art, and daily life. This is clearly reflected in the impressive figure. More than 10,000 churches spread throughout Polish territory, from magnificent cathedrals with towering domes in big cities to quaint wooden churches nestled among peaceful rural fields. Some churches are truly iconic, such as the Basilica of Our Lady of Częstochowa, where millions of pilgrims gather each year, or St. Mary's Basilica Kościoł-Mariacki in Krakow, known for its tall bell tower and striking Gothic architecture. These churches are not only religious sites, but architectural masterpieces, preserving centuries of sculpture, painting, and national history. Inside, you'll find intricately hand-painted walls, antique pipe organs, and a sacred atmosphere that makes anyone entering feel small and at peace. In Poland, churches are not just places of prayer, but also spaces where people connect through ceremonies, traditions, and timeless spiritual values. Fact 7. The disappearing island, each year a natural mystery on Lake Wigry. Amid the peaceful natural scenery of Lake Wigry, located in Wigry National Park in northeastern Poland, there exists a phenomenon that intrigues both tourists and researchers alike: the island of Wielka Wyspa, also known as the Disappearing Island. What makes it special is that this island only appears during the summer, when the lake's water level drops. During the warm months, it emerges as a green grassy patch standing out in the calm water, becoming an ideal resting spot for birds and curious visitors. However, when winter arrives, as melted snow from the surrounding mountains raises the lake's water level, the island sinks back down and disappears completely, as if it never existed. This scene repeats every year, making the site one of Europe's rare natural mysteries. The island isn't large and has no permanent residents, but its mysterious cycle of appearing and vanishing has made it a magical location for nature lovers and those drawn to the thrill of uncovering secrets. Fact 8. A mountain peak with a ceramic trail, a journey like stepping into a fairy tale. Located on the border between Poland and the Czech Republic, Śnieżka is not only Poland's highest peak at 1,603 meters, but also a prominent tourist destination known for its majestic beauty and the unique ceramic path that winds around the mountain slope. The path, paved with ceramic tiles and natural stones, curves along the mountainside, making the ascent easier while creating an enchanting scene, as if you are walking on a trail into a fairy tale world. When a light mist wraps around the peak and sunlight scatters across the sky, each step feels like entering a realm both real and dreamlike. Atop Śnieżka stands a UFO-shaped observatory and an ancient chapel, forming a harmonious contrast between modernity and tradition, an unmissable highlight for photographers and trekking enthusiasts. In summer, the trail is surrounded by lush greenery. In winter, the entire area transforms into a white snow paradise. Whether you're an adventurer, a nature lover, or simply someone seeking fresh air and serenity, Śnieżka will captivate you at first sight. Fact 9. Classic train systems, a journey back in time in the heart of Poland. If you've ever longed to relive the bygone days where time moved slower and everything felt poetic, then a ride on a vintage train in Poland is an experience not to be missed. Poland is one of the few European countries that still operates steam and vintage diesel trains, fully restored and running as living museums. The old wooden carriages, leather-covered seats, and large glass windows all evoke the golden age of railway travel. Many of these trains run through the Masovian countryside, the Bieszczady Mountains, or the Sudetes forests, offering passengers a slow and tranquil view of Poland's natural landscapes. No car horns, no city noise, just the sound of iron wheels rolling on the tracks and cool wind drifting through open windows. Special themed journeys are also offered on some routes, where passengers dress in vintage clothing, enjoy old-fashioned music, and dine in 1930s to 1950s style. This isn't just a mode of transportation, but a time-traveling adventure, allowing you to fully experience the quiet beauty and nostalgic charm of old Poland, where each wheel turn is like a note in the melody of memory. Fact 10. The origin of World War II Poland's unfading historical scar. On September 1, 1939, the world was shaken as Nazi Germany invaded Poland, officially igniting World War II. Poland became the first country to be invaded and also bore witness to one of the most tragic chapters of the 20th century. From the capital Warsaw, which was nearly flattened during the resistance, to the city of Gdansk, where the first shots were fired at Westerplatte Fortress, every street corner and wall still carries the imprint of history and resilience. Throughout the war, millions of Polish people, including Jews, intellectuals, and civilians, were murdered or sent to concentration camps. Places like Auschwitz-Birkenau, now historical memorials, stand as eternal reminders of the brutality of war and the importance of never forgetting our shared humanity. Today, when you set foot in Poland, you won't just see a country that once suffered deeply, but also a nation that has powerfully risen again, with a historical pride that nothing can erase. Fact 11. A small country with many national parks, nature honored across Poland. Although Poland is not a vast country in terms of land area, it boasts 23 national parks, an astonishing number that reflects its deep commitment to preserving wild nature and biodiversity. From the Białowieża primeval forest, home to rare European bison, to Tatron National Park with its majestic snow-capped peaks and poetic valleys, each park has its own distinct character, like a unique gem in Poland's green crown. These parks are not only sanctuaries for flora and fauna, but also beloved destinations for nature lovers, photographers, and trekking enthusiasts. You can listen to murmuring streams, admire vegetation that changes with the seasons, or simply find a quiet spot in the wild to reset your spirit. What's admirable is that the Polish government has heavily invested in maintaining and developing these reserves, from regulating ecotourism to educating the public about the environment. In Poland, nature is not just scenery. It is a living heritage that must be preserved for future generations. Fact 12. Pierogi, Poland's must-try traditional dish. If there is one dish that represents Polish cuisine, pierogi is the name mentioned first. These soft, chewy half-moon dumplings have been deeply tied to Polish culture, memory, and family meals for centuries. Pierogi are made with a thin dough that wraps around a rich variety of fillings. They can be savory, like mashed potatoes with cheese, minced meat, sauerkraut, mushrooms, or sweet, with fruit, jam, or even chocolate. Depending on the region and occasion, each type of filling carries its own flavor and meaning. This dish appears in almost every special event, from Christmas and Easter to cozy weekend family dinners. Many families still uphold the tradition of making pierogi together, an activity that's not just about cooking, but also about bonding across generations. Pierogi can be boiled, fried until crispy or steamed and are often served with sour cream, fried onions, or melted butter. No matter how you enjoy them, biting into a hot pierogi, the smooth dough blending with the flavorful filling inside will make it hard to stop at just one. Fact 13. Transportation by sleigh, a unique winter experience in the Tatra Mountains. One thing that may surprise you is this. Every time winter blankets the southern mountains of Poland in white, the Tatra Mountains, bordering Slovakia, transform into a fairy tale world with thick snow, fresh air, and breathtaking landscapes. And in this place, sleighs are not just for fun, they are an actual means of transportation. In villages like Zakopane, known as the winter capital of Poland, horse-drawn sleighs are used to transport tourists, goods, and even locals along snowy roads where cars often cannot go. More than just practical, the image of sleighs gliding through pine forests, weaving through a pure white landscape with majestic mountains in the background and jingling bells, creates a sense of nostalgia and poetry. Some tours even offer nighttime sleigh rides, where guests are wrapped in warm blankets, sip hot mulled wine, and gaze at the starry sky in total silence, an experience straight out of a European winter movie. Fact 14. Medieval reenactment festivals, when Poland steps back in time. Have you ever wished to live in the Middle Ages where there were valiant knights, charming princesses, horseback tournaments, and bustling medieval markets? In Poland, this isn't just a dream, but a real-life experience, thanks to historical reenactment festivals held annually in various regions across the country. These festivals typically take place in summer, with the most famous in cities like New Malbork or Chesney, where ancient castles and medieval fortresses still stand. Locals and visitors alike dress up in historical costumes as peasants, monks, or warriors to relive the atmosphere of the 13th to 15th centuries. Here you can watch thrilling sword fights, simulated jousting tournaments, or participate in traditional folk games such as archery, axe throwing, or weaving. Alongside these are booths with handcrafted items, traditionally brewed beer, and medieval music echoing throughout the square. More than just entertainment, these festivals are a way for Poles to preserve and honor their cultural heritage, helping younger generations better understand and take pride in their nation's history. Once you step into the festival grounds, time seems to slow down, and in that moment, you truly become part of a long-lost era, full of grandeur, rawness, and enchantment. Fact 15. The fairy tale-like Christmas market in Kraków, a winter miracle in the heart of Poland. Every winter, when snowflakes begin to gently fall on rooftops and cold air fills the streets, the city of Kraków, the jewel of southwestern Poland, transforms into a colorful fairy tale land, thanks to one of the most beautiful Christmas markets in Europe. In the center of the old market square Reenact, hundreds of charming wooden stalls are set up, decorated with twinkling lights, radiant Christmas trees, and adorable gnome figurines, the beloved symbol of the city. The air is filled with the scent of baked gingerbread, hot chocolate, and mulled wine, creating a strangely warm atmosphere amidst the winter chill. Visitors can shop for handmade crafts, traditional Christmas decorations, souvenirs, or indulge in seasonal specialties like grilled sausages, pretzels, and delicious melted cheese. Beyond shopping, the market features mini Christmas trains for children, a music performance stage, and scheduled Santa Claus parades that delight the whole family. Which fact surprised you the most about Poland? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to explore even more amazing wonders from around the world. See you in the next video.